Coming up on the Crazy Jamaican Bwoy Podcast.
I rebuke that you can't be creative and enter the legal space. Most of the legal persons I know are creatives at heart. I hardly check phone, but every time I have checked a phone, it's been spot on. So now, if I have the feeling, I'm not even check the phone. It done right there, so come and know say it I go right. And I think something that you do that people are too afraid to do is just put yourself out there. I feel like you're not on a shame tree in some way. No, true.
Mic check. You don't know this is your boy Anthony Tracey. We're back again on another episode of the Crazy Jamaican Bwoy Podcast. You don't know it, guys. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it. Make sure you comment. And if you haven't as yet, make sure you subscribe. You see me? If you're streaming this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave me a review now. Leave me a review and click the follow button. Alright. I'm sure you see one nice little pretty girl next to me and ting. You don't know. If you guys have been following me way before this podcast, you don't know the face already. The one and only Sashawna Thompson.
Hi everyone, I'm back.
Alright guys, you don't know Sashawna has a lot to tell us. There's been so much going on with her. You know, she won a Prime Minister Youth Award just last year and ting. She's been really creating her brand, paving her own way. She's done like plays, she's written these plays, produced these plays as well. And she's a resident magistrate. Like, look at her. You see she young? Oh, she's so young, eh? How the hell are you an RM and you look like this? Me always used to think, say, you have to look like Judge Judy or them kind of people if you kind of, you know, them something. Isn't me, I say?
You know, there's an exception.
There you go. All right, so we're going to get into all of that, guys. But before we do, I am in a film, guys. Stew Peas,
actor Anthony Tracey. Check him out, Stew Peas.
That's cool, man.
In theaters today.
That's cool, man, guys. It's just a little cameo. But here how that work out, you know. So when they call me for do it, I say, all right, I probably just a little extra role, probably just walk through, you know, show my face and that's it. So when we begin to shoot the scene, you know, they ask me if I'm comfortable with getting little lines and things. I say, all right, cool. Deliver the lines, them, you know, and it was a wrap. Just one take.
Wow,
one take, you see me?
Wonder.
Easy, no?
Right.
Well, guys, if you're in Jamaica, make sure you give the film a strength. It's island-wide right now, Palace Amusement and things. Stew Peas, you know, Jamaican produced, Jamaican actors, Jamaican talent all around, guys. We have to support our own, we have to support our culture. We always a ball, and I say, you know, we don't have enough Jamaican content on there. Well, see it here now, guys. See it here. All right? Support the thing.
And he is like a resident guest star because it's not the first thing he's guest starred in, people. In all the movies, all the shows. Tell them what you think, man. Tell them.
Just cooler, man. Just cooler. Cooler. Support the Stew Peas, guys. Support the movement. Support the film. All right? That's a go on. So, Sashawna. Miss Sashawna Thompson. You know, give the viewers them a little introduction, you know, man. I couldn't know what going on.
I feel like everything that is to be said was said by you, but just to reiterate, I'm Sashawna. You guys might know me through Work in Progress.
Okay.
Way back then. But I'm also an attorney, resident magistrate. I am an actress. I am a poet. I'm all the things. Everything I am. Okay? So, actually, I was trying to think before the interview how we meet. Because I think we meet in Yui, but at the same time, I have some pictures of Uvu. And I said, wait, this feels high schoolish. Did we meet in high school? You remember?
I can't remember. I can't tell you how we met. I can actually tell you our first interaction.
Okay.
First interaction. So, it was on Facebook. I added you. I think, how did I get to? I think it was through Amanda. Shout out to Amanda. So Amanda did talk about you and thing, you know. And then I remember I saw you as a mutual friend on her Facebook. So we said, oh, that girl, nice, she pretty and thing. So I sent her a request. You know, she accept my friend request and thing. So them time they know me did really, really shy. Still kind of shy now.
Really?
Still kind of shy now, yeah. So me did really, really shy back then. And then me I said, how I can make a conversation with this girl? How I can like message her or whatever? So I think, do you remember the thing with the LMS, like my status for this? You remember that?
Yeah.
So then she I think he did post something like that, about like my status or whatever view for the inbox. I'm gonna say, all right, cool. This is my entry. So I liked it, and then he did message me, and then we kind of have a little back and forth, and then it just, went into this.
What I remember, it was a very interesting conversation. Okay, when some boy lick you up and just hit you up and it's just pure foolishness.
Yeah.
Anthony was so interesting. It wasn't trying to look me, it wasn't trying to do the most. We were just having the best conversations. And we just had so many conversations, and it moved to video chat and Skype.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
And then I think the first time I actually met you like in person, and I think I probably have the picture when I pull it up for this episode. The YVAs.
Oh, the YVAs.
The
Let me
YVAs.
tell you. We went to the YVAs. I was so excited to see Zendaya because that was the time she was going to be there.
Yeah.
And Zendaya posted a picture afterwards of her in a whole group of people. And I'm like, I'm there. Anthony tall body, full front and center, and then me just short and back behind everybody.
John was there. I remember that. I remember when time she posted that picture, everybody there service. Oh,
Yeah,
Zendaya posted,
Anthony,
Zendaya
I'm like,
posted.
that's me right there. If you see a piece of my hair, that's me.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. And that's where I met Raquel too. And then, straight into UA. And then we did a little show, work in progress and thing. It did a go on, man.
And let me tell you about that.
All right.
Since I've met Anthony, he has been filming. He's been doing scripts. He's been filming. He's working on Real Jamaican Girls. He's working on something. So if anybody me know in this life have to bust, is Anthony, because he's just non-stop since 10 years ago, 11 years ago when I met him up till now. So it's like the pursuit and the consistency that Anthony have is unmatched. And him not gonna say no. Him gonna say, oh no, Sash, unmatched. Completely. And I remember Anthony was just there lounging around, me, Raquel, the whole cast. And him just come and give you a script and say, hey, we're gonna do this. And we're like, Anthony? Okay. We were just so down to doing anything. But let me tell you the problem I have with you. This work in progress is a scripted thing. So most of the storylines were not real. Tell me why. Looking back at all my storyline, me either a Tifa man, pregnant, something, I got you hardship, fighting my best friend. It's never me living the best dainty life. It's always me on survival mode. And I'm like, what did the writer have in store for me?
I mean,
what was that attack on Sashawna? What's going on?
I mean, because you're such an amazing, beautiful actress, so I knew you would have been.
Could handle the turmoils and the tribulations.
Yes, only you could have brought it to life the right way. So
but it was always such a good time, and it didn't really feel like acting. It just felt like us having fun.
Yeah, I think that was just like a good little channel for kind of put all little creative juices in and just have fun with it and thing. And then, anyways too, separate apart. Before we get into you entering the legal sphere and stuff like that, you were really deep into the acting thing, man. You've been in plays and all that stuff. You're writing on commercials. Talk to us about that.
Well, acting is something that I guess I've always done in some capacity, probably in primary school and high school. But it wasn't until I went to UA that I really said, yo, this can be a thing, which is so weird how people perceive things. Because it's not open to you in certain spaces, you didn't think that could be a reality.
Yeah.
So acting could never really be my reality. In primary school, I said, no, be a doctor, a this, a lawyer. And acting just kind of fell into place. And I was a part of UDAS. At one point, I was the vice president of UDAS. And it made me really appreciate the arts generally, not just acting, but even turning my poems into performative pieces. And that's such a blessing, because even though it kind of comes in waves, sometimes I'm acting, sometimes I'm working more with law, it's something that I always have for myself and can always be proud of,
Yeah. Talk to me now about law now. Why you decided to enter that? Because people tend to have this perception that you can't really be creative and then want to enter the legal space, right? What made you decide to enter that space?
That's a good question. Well, first of all, I rebuke that you can't be creative and enter the legal space. Most of the legal persons I know are creatives at heart. Most of them want to be actors or have been actors at some point. And for most, even corporate spaces, there is some element of creativity, or at least there should be, to really bring that to life. But with law, it really ended up being something where first I wanted to be a doctor when I was young, the whole dream. But I realized that's not me. I'm very squeamish in terms of certain things. So then law just came naturally. I loved reading, still love reading. And I like knowing. I like to be in the know. I like to know different things. And I found myself being interested in knowing the law and then realizing how much people don't know the law. And how can I learn the law to help other people became a priority when I was pretty young. I think probably high school.
Yeah.
And it just translates into being a lawyer. But at the same time, when I realized acting could also be a thing, it wasn't a thing where I have to choose between law and acting. And again, it comes in waves. There's time when you have to focus. Exam time come now. You can't be taking up roles. You can't be doing certain things.
Yeah.
But then there's other times when I said, no, this is acting time. I need this for my mental health. I need to grab a script. I need to dive into a character.
Yeah.
And when you look at law, the basis of it, especially if you do advocacy, is to tell a story. And what is more creative than telling a story?
Fast forward now and ting, you get your LLB, you go through Norman Manley and ting. You're now an attorney. What was that like?
Well, one school was hell. Law school was the pit of hell. I'm sorry. I know you're going through it. Somebody out there saying, yeah, it's the pit of hell. But you know what? In the profession is where I think I really spread my wings. Because with law school, you're filled with all this unsurety, you're filled with this pressure, and everything is just dependent on these exams, passing the bar. So it became a lot for me, who already put so much pressure on myself. But after I succeeded in that and first I worked on my own straight out of law school. Yeah, I graduated during COVID time, and that time it was hard to get a good job. And where I was getting offers for a job, they were really lowballing me with the amount of money.
Can you give us like a figure, like an estimation, like what they were giving you, like for a starting lawyer?
I don't wanna go into figures, but it was basically when it was a government, they have certain paralegal posts, and while I was a qualified lawyer, they wanted to start me at a paralegal level rather than start me at a legal level. I said, we can work your way up the pay scale, and I wasn't really having that. And while it is some persons would take it for the experience, I also wanted to make some money. And you're never gonna make you might not make millions and millions of dollars off the bat, but I also feel like you have to start in a place of integrity that you feel comfortable with starting. So
love that.
Then I went to different firms, and it was good, but it was very high pressured environment, which I don't mind, but I didn't think it was positive pressure that would really mold me into the lawyer I wanted to be. And then I had an interview with a guy that was just, them guy that just wanted to be the arm candy and don't really want a lawyer. They just want...
They want something there.
When the man say, hey, can I see your Instagram in the interview and show me how much money fame watch and all these things, I'm like, I'm kind of discouraged. And big up Babette Brown. It's a lawyer. She's a lawyer that I worked with that was transitioning from Jamaica to Canada. And she said to me, hey, you're already helping me with cases. Why not use my office, get your own clients and help me out with some things? Don't have to pay rent. Just help me out, wrap up my cases. I'm like, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
And that kind of instilled some form of entrepreneurship in me, because I started hustling, doing certain legal advertisements to get certain clients, and really realizing that I don't need a corporation. I don't need necessarily the government. I can do my own thing and be successful. So I did that for a year, and it was going very well, actually. But then I was in a class with Belizeans, and they sent a WhatsApp chat about applying for the magistracy in Belize. And at first I'm like, when I get this, too young, not for me. Then someone privately messaged me and said, hey, Sash, you need to apply for this. I think you'd be well, at this. And I said, no, they won't take me. And I kind of got that vote of confidence saying, no, they probably will. Just try. And that's been my motto, just try. So I just applied and I was successful. So
awesome.
For the last 3 going on 4 years now, I've been doing law in Belize as a magistrate.
Nice, 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 nice. And I mean, that's just, I mean, I love that for you. I really, really love that for you. But it's also kind of like just disheartening in a sense where like you couldn't flourish in your own country. It's almost like you had to go to another country to like, you know, get that level, you know what I mean? Reach a level there.
You. And the thing is too, I'm not saying I couldn't have flourished in Jamaica because there were opportunities to flourish in Jamaica. But I think sometimes we are a bit narrow-minded when we think about work. Work isn't just available in Jamaica, especially as lawyers. Jamaica is packed with lawyers. And there's places in the Caribbean like Belize and so many other places that need more lawyers. And I'm not just saying that you have to stay there forever, you have to make it your home, but you can go, give back, jump at the opportunity, learn, and also come back and contribute to your own society. And that's the beauty of CARICOM. I get to integrate with other cultures. And that was the first time I've ever lived anywhere outside of Jamaica. And the growth that gave me is just remarkable.
Nice. So talk to me about like Belize now. Like, so you're there. What was the transition like?
It was hard at first.
It's hard?
Yeah.
Why also?
I didn't really know anybody in Belize. I had one or two friends from law school that I could rely on, but at the same time, going into this place where I love my family and I'm very family oriented, no family, hardly any friends in this place that I know limited information about. When I went in, it was scary. But at the same time, I believed in myself so much that it ended up working out. Mostly because you don't realize what you can do until you're in the position to have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I have to move all my things. I have to move by this time. I have to wrap up cases by that time. And I just do it and get it done. The first year, they moved me from the city to the south where I had no friends.
Wow.
But even that too, the community was so welcoming. Being alone helped me to realize a lot about myself and picking up things, picking up cultures, doing hobbies and meeting new people, because if I'm gonna meet new people, I'm not gonna have anyone.
Yeah.
So it forces you to be uncomfortable in a way that can make you grow.
Okay, all right. I love that. I love that. And then you won the Prime Minister Youth Award. How did you feel? Talk to us about that.
Okay, let's go back to the process of that. Well, when I first heard about the Prime Minister National Youth Award was years back. This guy was telling me about it, and selfishly or maybe arrogantly, I said, well, if him can win it, I feel like I can win it. No, I said, well, and he was very accomplished, but at the same time, I did start recognize that, I'm doing good things too. Why not put myself out there? And for that process, a lot of people wait until persons nominate them to be a part of the application process. I nominated myself.
There you go.
I have this unwavering sense of self-belief when it comes to certain things that has moved from delusional to reality, which I always tell people is delusional.
They always say Delulu. They always say Delulu is the Salulu.
Is the Salulu, exactly. So that's what happened. And years pass, I kind of forget about it. Then 2 years before, I still kind of forget about it. And I said, shoot, I'm turning 30. This will be my last year to apply.
Yeah.
And I've been doing so much stuff. And not that I need recognition for the things that I'm doing, but I think this is a good platform that could make me do more in terms of the things that I'm already doing. So I applied, and it was nerve-wracking because I fly down from Belize. I don't know if I get the award, So you goodly fly down to here, get dressed, everything, and sit down there, not called. But I was just so grateful when I heard them call my name, and grateful too because the other applicants, the ones that did not get it, are just extraordinary people and winners in my sense because they're brilliant. So it's such an honor to be honored that
Big up
way.
yourself. Touch me.
Hey,
Touch me there.
I mean, you next.
I don't know about that one there, because they might fight me out. But anyway, so like, yeah. So you're a resident magistrate. You can tell me what exactly that is.
Okay, so here we have parish court judges. That's basically me. In Belize, they don't have parishes, they have districts, which are similar to parishes. There are areas that are divided in judicial districts. And right now, I'm a part of one judicial district, which is communities upon communities that I would really have legal jurisdiction over. So I'd hear matters, petty crimes, and very serious matters too, like robbery, theft, sexual assault. I hear civil matters, criminal matters, family matters, all the matters. And yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's big shit. Like, that is just, hey, could you have imagined that you would have been an RM
Not
at
at all.
your
I couldn't
age?
even imagine passing law school. At one point, it was getting sticky, and I was like,
See,
because it's rough,
I love
man. 'Cause
that.
sometimes with law school, they start doubt your abilities. Like, am I as good as I think I am? Can I do this? But then you really have to prove it to yourself. And even taking the job, I was like, how am I gonna do this? But I think it's extremely important to prepare. I read all the laws, and they do have 2 months to 6 months training that we undergo that prepare us in terms of going into our own districts. And then at some point too, you have to rely on your staff. We have great staff that makes the work so easy for me. So that's been very helpful.
There you go, staff. My girl have staff, guys. I love that though, really though. I'm really like, proud of you and your growth and what you've accomplished. You know what I
too.
mean? Like, I love that. Touch yourself, man.
Yay.
Me no know no cruff.
Eh.
Me no know no cruff. All right, I love that. I love to hear that and thing. Just sometimes you really have to just stop and just like appreciate like what you've accomplished. I mean, a lot of times I feel like we're always just a move and a move and a move, but we don't actually like sit down and just be like, yo, 10 years ago, I couldn't have even imagined that I would have been able to accomplish all of this. You see me?
And that's particularly very hard for me because with me, it's always goal oriented. Like, let me do this, then do this.
Yeah.
I hardly take time to say, oh, I've accomplished that goal. Congratulations, because it's already on to the next goal.
On to the
So
next,
there's an
yeah.
appreciation. And even getting the Prime Minister Youth Award, while it is, I gave that award to my mom because I owe everything to her and the women that came before me. It gave me a moment for kind of stop and say, whoa, you did that. You've been doing that.
Speaking of your mom, so last year at your birthday party, right?
Yeah.
I said, oh, hey. And she said, oh, yeah, Anthony. And she laughed. Somebody else, I wish I'd tell her mother, oh, me.
Anthony, she's heard the craziest stories about you, but she loves you. She loves
love me for
you.
real?
Yeah, and
Oh,
she'll
okay.
see a clip them and say, Anthony this. Some say, yeah, Anthony had the big things. And yeah,
God,
she
I love
always
her
just
so much.
have fun memories of you through me because I talk so well of you.
Oh, well, okay.
And talk how funny and ridiculous you are.
Okay, make sure.
Make sure. But Anthony, how did you end up starting this podcast?
Podcast?
What sparked this?
Are you sure? All right, so what really sparked this? This is something I've always wanted to do for a while, a long time, like many years ago. And I just kept on like putting it off, coming and say, when I could get the time for do this, me need to try for at least work on my branding, do this, do that, make it perfect, have this in order. And then I think it was just like in December 2025, I was just like, yo, I want to drive for work on my brand. I want to do this. I want to like talk about like, some real stuff. Like, yes, obviously, me talk about the little foolishness from time to time, you know what I mean? But I really want like give everybody a voice. Like, people can like advocate for certain stuff, you know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why I never want it to be like the typical like basic shallow kind of podcast. You know what I mean? More and get all the man all down at town and with the bag juice style, a voice. You understand what I mean? I say?
That's what I love about this too. You go and you see a comedian, you see a lawyer, you see all different type of people, you see a model, you see Miss Universe, you see everyone.
Yeah.
And everyone, as you say, get that voice.
Yeah.
And you're able to bring out the best in people. So I'm only complimenting him like this for the show. So, but wait, not to make this an Anthony show, but it really is Anthony's show. Discarnic.
Yeah.
What age did you think of Discarnic? And Discarnic, as we know, is, well, if you never know, now you know, Disney plus Cartoon Network plus Nickelodeon combined. That's what his mind thought of. At what age?
I was really young, like before high school. Before high school, yeah.
So what kind of started that thing in you to say, I want to pick up a camera, I want to write things, I want to be in the media? Were you just like an extra boy that your mother just couldn't bother with and have all this energy for? Let's just get a camera or something and say.
To be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm always interested in like, shooting content, like filming and stuff like that. Like even before I understood what exactly it was, you know what I mean? So like the first thing I ever shot on was a razor. You know the razor. Remember the old razor there? And this I went to me in a primary school. And then me I used to have my sister and my cousin them and thing, and I just shoot them. I'm just tell them do this, do that, do that, do that. You know what I mean? I would just shoot it with the thing. I used to just laugh. So it was like a little joke to us. Like we never really dare take it seriously. And then I discover something. Then when I get my first computer, my mother buy me a computer and thing. I see something named Windows Movie Maker. Somebody me said, how can I get the footage from the phone into my computer to start kind of editing this and doing something there. So then I discovered the USB. Remember, donkey years them there, people. We never so technologically advanced them time there.
Our age is showing.
Literally. So then I load it up on the computer. So I start to edit and and then I slowly but surely kind of work my way up and thing. My father did buy me a camera. You know the flip video camcorder? Mm-hmm. I'm just shoot any little thing I could shoot. Really. So that's really how it kind of started. And yeah, I just really like telling stories, really just from a Jamaican perspective. I feel like we have such like amazing, talented people, like a rich culture, rich history. And I feel like it's not being represented at the scale as it should be. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I really wanted to do.
And I think something that you do that people are too afraid to do is just put yourself out there. I feel like you're not on a shame tree in some way. No, true. Because you just come with a camera, come with a script. You're the most active, crazy Jamaican boy.
You're gonna be honest with you though. And it's funny you said that. I don't feel so not to be honest with you. I feel like it took me a while to get to this level. And that's one of the things that sometimes I regret, that I never really put myself out there like that. You know what I mean? Like, especially in university, I feel like there was so many opportunities for me where I could have just hopped on or do this or do that. But I just always used to make like my shyness kind of hold me back, my little insecurities and them something. They're like, how the people am I going to react to me? How am I going to be perceived? How can I do this? Am I good enough? So I used to always kind of make them opportunities that kind of pass me, you know what I mean? And then I think when I turned 25, 26, I was just like, nah, I can't let this shit happen no more. So I started to say, you know what, I want to do a commercial. I want to book a commercial and thing. And then I signed up with this talent agency and thing. And then like within a month, I got booked for a commercial. It was this Digicel. And then what's so funny about that Digicel thing, I came ready to shoot. I didn't actually shoot. I didn't shoot. I stayed in like the bus and watched them shooting. So now I remember because them they want to do a dance. And me tell myself, so me not do that. Me not embarrass myself. Because me can't dance.
We're not going to that.
Them they want to dance. Me I said, no, me not do them something. Yeah. And then them call me back for a photo shoot. So them they want to take some still shots with me. And I said, all right, cool. And then it worked out for the best. I got more money doing the still shots than I would have ever gotten if I had done that little dancing something there in the streets. I said, I not do that. And then they were so impressed with my performance, then called me back for another commercial, the Scotia commercial. And I just say, yo, look at this scene, man. I could have do them something here from a long time and kind of put myself out there more. And you know what I mean, kind of network, but I was just always always never want to do them something. You know what I mean?
To be fair to you, it takes some time to condition your mind to do these things. So I wouldn't say it's like a waste of time, but it's a preparation of the mind.
Yeah.
Because maybe at that time you weren't ready mentally to take on that type of thing. You weren't as comfortable in yourself to be that good of a performer. So I feel like everything just takes time and happen in the right time. So I won't say I miss nothing. At the right time.
All right, easy now.
You know what? The same thing about putting yourself out there. That's why the song that come out, Candy Rush, I appreciate it. There is some mixed views about that song. And for me, I just appreciate one, woman power. That's one. But also just doing something different. They said that they're trying to do something different with their sound. And I realized that Jamaicans were not open to people being different in any sort of way. And I'm not going to say that, you might not think it's cringe and all these things, but make people be cringe. Make people be cringe until they can get better. You know,
I
allow
agree.
people to be themselves, allow people to explore and do things.
I agree.
And I'd prefer to be cringe and living my best life than just not doing anything just to impress a
I
lot of
agree.
people.
I agree.
You go party and nobody no want to dance. My God, I'm just like, just dance.
Me I tell you, man, everybody want to
not
look
that
cool.
deep.
Everybody
Everybody wanna
want to
look
look cool. Them want to stand up in the corner. Them want do a little rock and thing and watch other people. Why you not? Why you there want party and not enjoy yourself? That's why I'm
That
not
is
really.
stifling the art because people don't want to put themselves out there. Everybody
Yeah.
want to be critics, but nobody wants to actually
Nobody don't want to do
create
nothing.
art and express themselves.
Nobody don't want to do
Dance.
nothing at all.
Go on the internet, release that song that you make the other day.
Mm.
The worst that can happen is that you blow up and then people think it's bad. But the thing is, people are
Yeah.
thinking about it.
And so the thing is, man, one thing I'm rate with them girl and thing, them just go full force with it, yo. Like them not watch no face to the point where it's them just are run the place right now.
Right, I want to be that level of unbothered. I love it. Nobody can tell me different. Twist. Like, I love it.
So Sashawna, you think you get where? Nobody feel like you get where, you know. Nobody feel like you get where. I have a game for you. Red flag, green flag.
I'm
gonna
scared,
throw-
guys. I'm scared.
I'm gonna throw some things out there and you're gonna tell me whether it's a red flag or a green flag.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna run it. Splitting the bill on a first date.
Can I say yellow flag?
No, it's not
What do
be
you
red or
mean?
green flag. It has to be a red flag. I mean, here one time I'm gonna try to deviate
All
from
right,
the
all
thing you
right.
say.
What I would say is a red flag if you ask me. Because why is it you call me out of my bed to come to this date, I ain't not prepared to pay the bill? And the thing is too, if you plan the date, go somewhere that you can pay for. A date don't have to be elaborate. Whereas if it's a date, a romantic date, you're trying to put on, you know, show me say you have like a thing boy, yo. And again, the thing is too, you do not have to organize a date at the top restaurant where you can't afford. I prefer you pick a little picnic where you can execute nicely without having to burden me with the bill, you know? So I feel like if you are inviting the person somewhere on a date, you need to at least be prepared to pay the bill. But again, always have a get vex money because these men,
Has that ever happened before?
I had been around somebody
Yeah.
and they had stated, it's not that they never have the money per se, but they never really have the money for get home. So they were saying that there's a conflict of interest between paying this bill and for going home. And I'm just like, that's fine. And I helped out a bit. But I will excuse it because we're very young. That was like start at you it is. Little boy. So I'll excuse it, but don't do that, guys. That's embarrassing for yourself.
Dating someone who earns less than you.
I don't mind that. I would say it doesn't have to be a red flag. I'm not gonna say it's a green flag, but let me explain. Come on, I don't want it in between, but let me explain. If it is a dating somebody that's not making the same amount as you, but they have some potential, them not just sit down, them not do nothing, they're working hard, and also they're not trying to compete with you in certain ways. Because there's certain man, when they know that you making more than them attitude towards you change. It's that they start feeling insecure. But I feel like if you take up a man and he's like working as a mechanic and you're, let's say, a lawyer, that's how you take him up. And while there's areas for improvement, I feel like you can't also try to mold anyone into something other than who they are. And for me, what it will depend on, is he trying to do better for himself? Not just for me, but just for himself. And if I see the trying there, then yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can work up there. You'll get there.
Okay. Keeping in contact with an ex.
If you are a man, that's a red flag. If it's me though, then it's not. Why? Because I know boundaries. I will have friends that from we stop talk, we've just been friends. You've met us as friends, everything cool.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
You
So
can't-
wait, hold on there. So you alone have understand the concept of boundaries, but nobody else can understand it. Is that what you're saying?
I just think
You just
a lot
think
of
what?
men love to succumb to their desires, and I feel like you
Wow,
shouldn't
a lot
ever
of
have
women like to succumb to their desires as well.
I'm not against them having.
Woman, who can give bun more than woman?
My thing is, why you want to expand your phone? It's called X for a reason. You X them out.
Suppose-
And even with me, my exes mostly, or exes, they're mostly in passing. I'm not just gonna hit them up randomly. This, that, this. Some of my exes married. Like, we're cool, we're chill. So it's always courteous, kind of walk past and say hi. So I feel like that should be the extent of it. And if that's the extent of it with them, sure. But I feel like messaging them a night, here, call them this, I talk about we with them. Crazy work.
So that's a red flag.
A red flag.
Okay.
Wait, do you have a thought on this, Anthony?
Or I'm asking you the questions.
I'm sorry.
Don't try
I'm
and put this for me. All right, sharing your location with your partner.
You know, I don't even know how people constantly share location. I literally don't know the logistics of where do that Snapchat or something.
You can just share it on your phone.
But the random
iPhone.
sharing of location, I'm okay with this, but why? Why have to share location?
Just for know where you're there.
If it is in the moment, like, hey, where are you? Can I do this, that, this? Sure. But I'm not going to constantly have my location on. Why? Because why? I'm not your Sims. You don't have to see what I'm doing every single day. It's not that type of relationship. And I feel like if you are micro-focused...
That's not like you have things to hide. Because why you can't just have your location on?
Why are you so micro-focused on every little place? And if you ask me for my location in the moment, say, hey, where there? I want to pick you up. Oh, send. Oh, where are you? Send. But if you have a dead plot, she turned the road, then she turned the road. It's going to make me feel weird.
I mean...
I've also never required a man to share their location constantly, unless it's for a purpose. I'm not asking for share your location. I also don't need to know everywhere that you're going at every given time. There has to be some amount of trust and distance in a relationship. We don't have to know every single thing, every single tiny, minuscule thing.
Being friends with someone your partner doesn't like.
That's okay. Why? Because sometimes I find that it depends. If my partner don't like them for irrational reason, I'm not gonna cut off my girlfriend just because my partner don't like that girlfriend.
No,
if it is that,
listen to me. It may not have no reason. If I tell you to cut off that blood clot, you cut that off. Straight, no argument, no back and forth.
And that's the thing. We have some controlling men out there that want to tell me if they want to a location, they want to everything. They want to tell us who to hang out with. And at the end of the day, when they break up with us, the little friend will kick off. Not going to have our back anymore. So you also have to look out for that. And
listen to me. I know everything. I know what is right. No controlling thing.
Right. But I would say in regards to that, I have had a friend before where not just the person I was with, but several persons said, that's not your friend. And I kind of look into the activities and I started to feel like, wait, that really is not my friend. And from there, I can make my distance. But it's not because of them. It's because I understand the place that they're coming from, and it really does make sense to me. You know? So, red flag, green flag, somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between here.
Because everything is not just black and white. There's a lot of explanation, a lot of depth, a lot of gray area that needs to be touched on. Plus, wouldn't it be boring for me if I come say red flag, next, green flag, next? I'm giving you content.
Okay. Checking your partner's phone.
Those were the days. I used to that. Let me tell you, I have a sixth sense about things. If somebody cheating, I'm gonna know. All of them I think about cheating, I'm gonna know. So every single time, I hardly check phone, but every time I have checked a phone, it's been spot on. So now, if I have the feeling, I'm not even check the phone. It done right there, so come and know say it I go right. So I'm not going to traumatize myself with the messages. I just know that the feeling coupled with whatever else is happening in the relationship can validate what's in my mind. And I know you guys are going to think that's delusional, but honest to God, if every single time you check a phone, you're right, after a time you just stop to check the phone, you just say, all right, cool. If I really feel this way and it's a familiar feeling, it's coming from a place of insecurity, whether with me or with the relationship. And that is something that needs to be fixed anyways. So sometimes you just leave the phone alone. You don't want to see it, girl. You don't want to see it. Just if you have this feeling, talk about it. If it's something that is just not going away, the boy needs to go away.
Jano. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Boy or girl?
That is kind of crazy though. You know, me never ever check a phone yet.
Why? Because you think you're so great. Who could cheat on you? You think, oh my God, I'm so awesome. She could never. That could never happen to me.
I don't really that you know, man, but I just feel like, you know, you can't really invade privacy like that. I like to respect people's privacy.
Good for you. Good for you. No, but this thing is too. What I hate is when I check the phone and the man combo. You have to respect privacy, sir. You were talking about skinning out this girl pan that this way talking about respecting privacy. It's like it's always respect privacy after they do the most for tarnish your name in these streets. Men are embarrassing or can be embarrassing. So you have to kind of check and do certain things. But I'm at the point now and the maturity level now where I'm not really concerned in checking a phone. I'm kind of secure in myself that if it does don't feel right, I'm just not gonna pursue it.
You just cut that.
And cut that. I feel like the biggest thing we have as women and as people is not knowing when to let go and making things drag on. And honestly, if they're once a cheater, they're probably always gonna be a cheater. So if they cheat once, you forgive them and you keep having this feeling like maybe they're cheating, they're probably cheating. So I feel like don't try to change anyone or mold them into this thing. Meet them where they're at. Find someone who is someone that make you feel like I don't need to check his phone because I know him don't have a password on his phone. There's nothing to check. You know?
All right, guys. Well, that was the end of the podcast. You don't know anything.
Thank you for having me.
All right, since I hear your show, just close it.
Thank you. No, it's really a pleasure. And I to be honest, it's been like 10 years or so since. No, or at least 5 years. Some years now since we've been in front of the camera together. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the man you are and the man that you are becoming. Bye, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all the good things.
All right, bless upon yourself, guys. Enough love.